Hi peeps, how are you? Welcome. If you're new, don't forget to subscribe and click to the notification bell to get an update anytime I upload a new video. So today we are in chapter 2 of Blossoms of the Savannah, where we are doing characterization, and we have several characters. We have Ole Superior, we have Ole Kaelo, Taiyo, Resian, the tall heavy-set young man who accosted the girls, and Oloisudori. So you want to watch to the end to learn the character traits of the characters we have mentioned. Let's start with Ole Superior. And as you know, Ole Superior is a businessman and he is also Ole Kaelo's mentor. The first trait, he is honest, he is shrewd, and he is scrupulous. That is on page 20, the third paragraph in the middle. He was known to be shrewd, scrupulous, and honest, attributes that saw him rise from an ordinary old kunchai who drove his 3 or 4 heads of cattle for hundreds of kilometers. Number 4, he is hardworking, and we learn on the same page that he is a trader who could buy cattle in Nasila and drove them all the way to the Goreti market to sell them, and that is how he became rich. Page 20, the last paragraph. When he was in primary school, Ola Superior was already a famous cattle trader. He would buy cattle from Nasila and drive them all the way to the Great Market, where he will sell them and then come back laden. While he is illiterate, and remember that he did not know how to count money, and that is why he could ask Ole Kaelo to go and help count money in the bush. For that, you can read page 21, the whole of it, you'll see it. And next, he's a traditionalist. We told that he had married 6 wives and he had circumcised all his daughters and married them off to prominent elders in Nasila. That is page 21 again. The second last paragraph in the middle. He had 6 wives and about 30 children. He had sent all his sons to school and 2 of them had reached a university level. All his daughters were circumcised and married off to prominent elders in Nasila. And again, he is intelligent, and Ole Kaelo described him as being intelligent on page 21. The second last paragraph. Although Ole Superior did not attend school, Ole Kaelo, though he was one of those intelligent old men who were able to embrace modern culture and balance it appropriately. The fact that he was able to balance the modern culture and Nasila culture, he is intelligent. Lastly, he is wise because he warned Ole Kaelo not to conduct business with Oloisudori. That is on page 26. A man of integrity indeed. This is the last paragraph. Superior said, a scornful smile twisting his lips. Don't trust him any further than you would a hyena in your homestead. And then there at the very end, Ole Kaelo said, Ole Kaelo left his friend, though feeling discomfited. He was nonetheless the wiser, or so he thought. So Ole Kaelo thought Ole Superior is wiser. And now we're going to move to the second character, that is Ole Kaelo. You know who he is. And number 1, he is dependable. Ole Superior depended on Ole Kaelo to help him count his money because he did not know how to count money. And that is on page 21. The second paragraph in the middle, or almost at the end. He would ask his friend to count the money while he stood tense, waiting, and would only relax when Ole Kaelo told him the actual amount, and it tallied with the figure he had in mind. 2, is trustworthy. That is again on page 21. The third paragraph. They carried out that exercise at least twice a month, and he came to trust and depend on Ole Kaelo. That is enough to support that point. And he is respectful. Ole Kaelo respected Ole Superior, considered him as his mentor. That is again page 21, the third paragraph. The two became close and their friendship developed even as Ola Superior became a very wealthy businessman and farmer. Ole Kaelo respected him and considered him his mentor. And lastly, we can say he is corrupt because he corrupted with Oloisudori to get his contract to supply Nasila with agricultural inputs. So for that, you'll have to read page 25. Next is Resian, and the first thing she is observant, page 14 and 17. It told that she noticed features she did not see when they arrived at their uncle's homestead the previous night. That is on page 14, the second last paragraph. Standing behind her sister, Resian noticed features at their uncle's homestead that she had not seen the previous night when they arrived. And then on page 17, she noticed that two of their aunts were pregnant. Page 17, the third paragraph. Did you notice that two of our aunts are expectant? Yeah. And so we move to the next. She is pessimistic. And a pessimist, as I say, is a person who has negative thoughts. Resian had detected some rivalry in the four houses of their uncle. That is 17, that last paragraph. Beneath the veneer of apparent happiness, I detected some apprehension and a subtle rivalry of some sort between the four houses. So she has those negative thoughts. She is determined and she doesn't want to become a parent. She wants to study first, obtain her degree. Then it is after obtaining the degree that she will consider that matter of being a parent. Page 18, the fourth paragraph. Who, not me? Resian said vehemently, I don't want to be a parent, at least not in the foreseeable future. I want to study. When I have obtained my degree, other peripheral matters such as husband, children and such may be considered. Lastly, she is secretive. After being accosted by the tall, heavy-set man, they decided to keep a secret. Page 20, second paragraph. The girls debated as to whether to inform their parents of the ordeal. They knew their mother will understand and empathize with them, but judging from past experience, their father will be less supportive. He will blame them for having dared to venture into an unknown territory without his approval. Finally, they decided to keep the incidents to themselves. Taiyo, on the first trait, she is optimistic. After Resian told her that she has detected rivalry in the four houses of their uncle, her reaction was not negative, it was positive. Let's see page 17, the fourth paragraph. I detected some apprehension, subtle rivalry of some sort between the four houses. And then this is Taiyo. What a terrible person you are, my dear sister. Taiyo rebuked her sister mildly. You are not worth being a guest in anyone's home. How dare you make such judgment? Their lie seems to suit them perfectly. Secretive, Taiyo and her sister decided not to tell their parent about the incident that they were accosted by the tall, heavy-set young man. Lastly, rational. An irrational person is the one who uses his or her logic instead of using their emotion to make a conclusion. When Resian asked her if she were among Uncle Simiren's children, her response, we see that he responded in a logical way. Let us check on page 18. The first paragraph is Resian asking the question and then the answer. Taiyo's response, perhaps I will be happy, she answered thoughtfully. You know, happiness is relative, depends on your perspective. One could be happy in a family of 20 and another may fail to find happiness in a family where he or she is one and only child. Second last character is the tall, heavy-set young man who accosted Taiyo and Resian. The first trait of him he is violent on page 19, whereby he grabbed Taiyo's arm roughly. Page 19, the first paragraph, the last line. He roughly grabbed Taiyo's arm. So he is arrogant. First, he jeered as the girl as he strode, and again he spat and glared at the girls. Okay, the whole of that is again on page 19, the fourth paragraph, in the middle. With a sour smile, he spat and glared at the girls. Then releasing Taiyo's hand, he told them, "You have not seen the last of me." And lastly, a traditionalist. He was harassing the girl because they were not maybe circumcised. And in the third paragraph, he tells the girls, "What women?" The man retorted acidly. "Soon you will be able to differentiate decent women from Intoye Nemingalana." And again, he tells them that there is no place for Intoye Nemingalana in their society. He valued circumcision. That is in the next paragraph 4. "Soon you will come to know that there is no place in our society for women of your type, of your ill." That is type. Lastly, we have Oloisudori Lokia. One trait of him, he is corrupt. That is on page 25. We learn this from Ole Superior, whereby he described him as the most corrupt man in Asila. The last paragraph, "My dear brother, here in Asila, everyone knows anyone who is corrupt, and Oloisudori is probably the most corrupt of them all." That is the end of our lesson today. If you have something to add, just give me your comments and then we'll discuss that. I'll see you later and have a nice time. Bye-bye.